Hello, welcome to What's New in Microsoft 365 and Teams for the 10th to the 17th of April 2021. Fairly short one this month. We're going to have some revised timelines. We're then going to look at a handful of updates, and then we're going to have our usual bite size, just a couple. I still need your help with something, and then we're going to just give you a reminder of how you keep up with Microsoft 365 with my help. Okay, so I feel like I've been talking about this forever. Those of you who are waiting for the Windows 10 native notifications in Teams, you got to wait a little bit longer. They're due out. It says March to early May. I don't know anyone who's got this, but look out for this any time now. So hopefully over the next couple of weeks, you'll be able to stop having separate notifications from Windows and from Teams, and they'll both come through the same way. Okay, so here's a nice one for people to organise meetings. Let's say that myself and a couple of colleagues, we're running an Ask Me Anything on Microsoft Teams. And actually we want the three of us as the panel to be the main people that you see. So that's what this spotlight functionality will let you do. You can decide who are going to be the spotlights, and they take up the main area, so up to 7 video feeds, and then everyone else goes down the right hand side. That is due mid-May. So that bit of a teaser that I put in the title, planner, the roster containers. So I was really looking forward to this, because I know at least one organisation, probably two actually, who don't let their staff just create plans, because behind the scenes you get an Office 365 group, SharePoint sites, all that other stuff, right? This was the ability to have just a plan without all that other stuff. Now, when they released it, or when they released news of it, it was a bit clunky, so it had to be set up behind the scenes. People couldn't do it because there was no user interface to do it, and they've put it on hold. And I wonder whether they've put it on hold until the front end is available for it. Okay, so it was kind of like half baked when it came out. I'm disappointed because I thought it looked great, but maybe it's better actually that it's on hold. Okay, so this revised in-meeting share experience, this is another one that I feel like I've been teasing you about forever. So this is due the end of April, so any time now into mid-May. It just means that instead of clicking, when you click share and the share tray being along the bottom, it's going to go up to the top right-hand side. The thing I do like, and for any of you folk who are moving away from Skype into Teams, and you're like, I don't want to go to Teams, I like my Skype. If you've ever tried to share video inside a Skype call, and that video had audio, and you had some trouble getting that to work, you probably got around it, you probably embedded it inside PowerPoint, and you played it that way. So look how easy this is. Now, of course, you can be able to do this for ages in Teams, but they're just surfacing that button a little bit higher. Okay, so the correct answer choice in Teams meeting polls. So you'll know, folks, that the correct answer choice has been in quizzes in forms for ages. But when they pushed forms into Teams, and it works great, guys, but it's just a little bit lacking in some features. And they're starting to catch up now. They're bringing these features back into the Teams version of forms. And this is just the ability to have the correct answer choice. That is due early to late May. Okay, and this new change for Microsoft Lists, so they're going to just make some changes to the control bar at the top, and you get, instead of there being a couple of buttons here, you're going to get Integrate, and the Power Apps moving into there, Power Automate, also Power BI. So the ability for Power BI will just create a basic form for you. It will just do its best to create one. That is going to drop into this menu as well. So that's due anytime now, between now and the end of April. So the creating and using approval templates in the Teams Approvals app. So the fact that you can create and use these approvals, I think, so the approval templates, I think is a nice step forward. It just saves you having to create it from scratch. Okay, let's get into our first full update. Now, this is word clouds for open text questions in Microsoft Forms. Now, Forms has had quite a bit of love lately. I'm not sure what's going on behind the scenes and why they've been pushing out some new features, but they're going to use AI to give you a new type of output from your forms. So they're going to it's going to take like the key phrases and put them into a word cloud so that you can visualize it. Now, I don't have a screenshot for this. As soon as I do, I'll share that with you. Now, once this rolls out, if you're not getting a word cloud, it might be that you have too few answers, or interestingly, the way the phrase is, a lack of meaningful responses. And this is going to be rolling out late May and should be complete. So late April and should be complete by mid-May 2021. Okay, create tasks from team chats or channel posts. I really like the look of this, guys. So you get someone makes a comment or a suggestion in a chat or a channel, and you think that's a great idea. Can someone turn that into a task? Now you can do that right from the comment. Now you can see here that someone's clicked on the more actions, and here we've got the option to create a task. It just gives you the ability to see the tasks that naturally arise in your conversations, and it just makes it super fast to do that. Now they can be personal tasks, individual things. You can see here that they go into my tasks or collaborative tasks, and here you can see on the right hand side we're pushing that into other plans and plans that we want. So folks, just if anyone can hear that noise, we've got a new dog and I'm not sure what she's doing. Hey, stop it. So we've got a new rescue dog. We've got a Valley Bulldog and a French Bulldog Saviours. She's in the office with me. She's become a bit clingy, but she's a bit noisy as well, folks. So if you can hear my dog in the background, I do apologise. Okay, so and that task creates a link straight back to the original conversation or the original chat that created it, and that is due out late May. And initially you'll see it on desktop and mobile. I guess it'll come to the browser eventually as well. Okay, so there's a lot going on with this. This is the webinars plus the new meeting registration options. So when you create a meeting, you're going to have this new option here. And sorry, folks, for how poor this screenshot is. So you've got the scheduled meeting, a live event, and the new one called a webinar. And you've got the ability for people to register for your webinar. And this applies to normal meetings as well. And it just means that people can register, and then, of course, they'll get an email reminder. It'll go into their calendar. And as a follow-up, you get reporting for the registration and attendance. Now, that's due any time now and should be complete in May sometime. For those of you who use Yammer, you know what, guys, I really miss Yammer. I don't use it in the main clients I have or any of their clients. It's just not something that I use. But when I worked at Zurich Insurance, we used it globally, and it was brilliant. I know some people aren't that keen on it, but anyone who doesn't like it, I think either it just wasn't a good fit for their organisation or they didn't use it right. There's actually nothing wrong with Yammer. I really like it. But anyway, it's getting better. So for people who are members of communities, when you get your digest, you can share, react, reply, right from Outlook. You don't even have to leave Outlook. You don't have to go to Yammer, and this applies to all these versions of Yammer. So the Outlook web app, Windows, Mac, iOS, Android. It's going to be on by default, and you can manage it in a Yammer setting. So those of you who are watching on YouTube rather than the podcast, you can see there that you can see in the settings there, you can decide what you get. And that is going to be late May to late June. Maybe I'm showing this a little bit early, actually. I'll probably bring it up again next month. So a couple of bite-sized updates. So Teams meetings to support view-only attendees. So this is due by late hour. This is going to happen anytime now. So this is about the overflow. So depending on when you're listening to this, you'll be able to have 300 or 1,000 people in a meeting, and the overflow will then take that up to 20,000 initially, but it's going to drop back down to 10,000 over the summer. So look out for that. The overflow looks really nice. So the Outlook mobile clients access to delegate mailbox. So you can see here on the screenshot, it just means that the mobile clients just gives you access to delegated mailboxes. Okay, so I've talked about this before. I'm hoping to speak at Commsverse, but I need your vote. But we've got news on this. So the organisers of Commsverse asked the audience, would they like to go ahead in June, or would they rather postpone to September? And although the COVID situation in the UK is looking pretty good at the moment, and I don't say it like that to detract from the issues that we've got at the moment, but it's just so much better than it was, and it's going the right way. So the audience said they would rather defer to September, and I guess that just means we've got more chance of being able to go, more people will turn up, more sponsors can go, so it is the right decision. So the new date is the 15th to the 16th of September 2021, and if you have not registered for that, if those new dates work better for you, so in the UK the kids will have gone back to school, the weather's turning maybe a little bit, and this will be a great couple of days away. It's held at Mercedes World, and I say this every time, don't I? That place is just awesome. So if you like teams and you like cars, then why don't you come to Comsverse, check out the website. I'll put a link in the show notes. Come and check it out. Maybe those new dates work for you. It'd be great for that to be a packed event. And here's the second topic I'm hoping to show and talk about, all about keeping up with Microsoft 365. I'm going to argue and tell you how actually it's not a problem. It's an amazing user engagement and content opportunity. Now, in the show notes, you'll see a couple of links. For me to be able to do this, for whether you to see it in person or for me to share it with you as a video afterwards, then I need you to vote. So please just pop down and give it a thumbs up on both of those links. Oh, just one thing I forgot to mention. I did a review of the Jabra 20 headsets, and you know that I had the more expensive ones before, had some trouble with them, that strange stiff plastic cable that they've attached to it. But look out for that, either on the video, the podcast, or the website. So if you're interested in getting some new headphones for work, they really are work headphones, really, for unified communications. They're not really for music. Check out that review. And keeping up to date generally with Microsoft 365, use at SuperSimple365 on Facebook, on Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn for the podcast, or just for the blog. If you go to if you go to Google, for example, and do a search for SuperSimple365, then you'll be able to find the webpage real easy. That's it, folks. Nice quick one this week. I will speak to you next week.